What is wisdom and how do we tune into it? Hello, everyone. I'm Thomas. Welcome to my channel. I do educational videos primarily, and for a while here, I'll be focused on doing videos on Tree of Life, which is a great thing that you should learn because it's pretty applicable to everybody's own life individually and can be applied, individually and, kind of lacking dogma, something that you can use as a tool. And it's also helps to protect you from the evil ones who probably also use the Tree of Life. You can use it in order to defend yourself from those people. Okay, so the Tree of Life has 10 different circles here. They're called spheres. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There is a thing called the abyss right here, which is an implied sphere, and a 0 above the tree. So there's a total of 12 categories, which are generally thought of as 12 faculties of consciousness. Starting at 10, we've got the animal consciousness or survival instinct. This is our domestic consciousness as we get growing up, where we're very highly receptive and we copy, imitate, memorize what other people are doing, particularly our caregivers, and then we incorporate that into our behavior. Here we have the A-sphere, which is really the real world or the public world, the conventional wisdom, the belief systems that we're all supposed to be, buying into, and it kind of gives us the path of least resistance in the real world by, accepting the expert opinion about things. The seventh sphere is for people when they come into the A-sphere and they recognize the A-sphere is not all it's cracked up to be, and many of the belief systems of the A-sphere are whack. They come over here to the seventh sphere, and as artists and inventors, they come up with alternatives. So this is really our creative spark. This is our pleasure principle, and also our inspiration. Our inspiration is used as a wedge to move further up the tree into the more higher consciousness levels and our divine faculties within us. So the sixth sphere is our free will faculty, our ability to pay attention and to make decisions. If you're looking at this as a map, this would say you are here. This is where we are. But unfortunately, most of the time we're paying attention down the tree instead of up the tree. So when we pay attention down the tree, we're paying attention to our conditionings, and we need to turn ourselves around and focus on our higher aspects with our attention. You can tell that you're dealing with a sixth sphere thing when the prospect of doing it scares the crap out of you. But at the sixth sphere, we learn that in spite of the fact that we're scared, we can still act. We can act in the face of fear. Doesn't mean that we're going to succeed. Success really at that point is just acting. As we move into the fifth and fourth sphere, then success is measured more based on how we did it. But at the sixth sphere, it's based on whether we did it. Okay, at the fifth sphere, we're talking about our sense of justice. This is generally thought of as karma. What comes around goes around. And this is how the natural law is enforced. The natural law is articulated here at the fourth sphere, enforced at the fifth sphere. So this is where the natural law is all of the cycles and all of the components of the universe acting together in a kind of a symphony. Everything has its own rhythm, and everything all fits together. and that is compiled usually in a cosmology a book or some other communication that purports to talk about everything and how it all fits together. This is also our place for faculty for universal love and universal language. Then we have the abyss, which is our psychic powers, our ability to tune into and recognize omens and then act upon them. Those are two components, psychic receptivity and then psychic heat. Then we have our third sphere, omnipotence. These are all our divine faculties. Omnipotence, all powerful. Omniscience, all knowing. And omnipresence, all present at once, eternally. And then the zero above the tree is our mystery. This is nothingness, and this is the aspect of the creator that we don't have access to, not directly. So this is, what I say is it's the creator's private life. Okay, so now in my model, what I've done is I've taken the tree, which they say you can apply to anything. So I've applied it to the tree. So I've taken a tree, broke it down into miniature, and then applied it to each one of the spheres on the tree. So you got 12 aspects of this 8th sphere, 12 aspects of the 9th sphere, 12 aspects of the 7th sphere. And those 12 aspects are, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So within each one of the spheres is a little tree. And so, when you have 12, 12, 12, and so on, you end up with 144 different fractal faculties of consciousness, which I break down into what we call the stages of life. But the stages are not chronological stages, they're dramatic stages. So that's kind of how I've built up my model, which is really just, a teaching model. And if you'd like to get a list of those 144 fractal faculties, an annotated list, I will send you a free copy if you just click the link in the description, and I'll send that out to you. It'll help you as you listen to future videos in this series as I go through all 144 of these. Now today we're looking at fractal number 115. And the question was, what is wisdom and how do we tune into it? So stage number 115 is in the 2nd sphere. Okay, so the 2nd sphere is omniscience, all knowing. And that really manifests itself in wisdom. All knowing, and it's our ability to all knowing is not strictly all knowing. Like we don't know, we're not really able to tap into, what is the temperature on Jupiter, in the, the red spot on Jupiter or whatever. We are able to the extent that we tap into omniscience. Now that we may be able to know what the temperature on Jupiter is through our psychic powers, but through our wisdom faculty, we are able to tap into how to solve problems, okay, how to solve all our problems in life. And that's really, kind of a quintessentially human trait, our ability to solve problems, and we tap into this through the wisdom faculty. Now, what we're looking at here at number 115 is the 4th fractal within the 2nd sphere. So it's a combination of, the 4th is really like universal law, universal language, universal love, and then that aspect within our omniscience or wisdom. These are all tapped into to start with. We're talking about a right brain thing, and we start with intuition, and as we move up the tree, we develop our intuition into a scientific insight. So intuition is really universally available, but the scientific insight and the religious revelation or wisdom are only available to people who have developed their intuition. Okay, so number 115, what is wisdom and how do we tune into it? Wisdom, our ability to solve problems, is our highest aspect of omniscience. Wisdom or revelation is a complex, advanced level of intuition. Intuition is universally available to all through wondering about simple ethical problems, but it can be developed first into scientific insight, then revelation or wisdom. Intuition is instantaneous before the lag time that results in visual and verbal thought. Wisdom comes in the same message as thoughts, but it precedes thoughts. Revelation or wisdom is the first transmission to us before it becomes an image and is then articulated in words. So even when we suppress the articulation of the words of the thought, as we would in meditation, as we might in meditation, we can still know or feel what the words were going to indicate. Wisdom is pure consciousness, but it is then tinctured and tarnished with the emotions, passions, and desires of the flesh. Intuit the what, when, how, and why of events. Intuition shows the way to achieve the equilibrium between the interests of the whole and of the person. Intuition is to correctly learn from within one's own spirit. Intuition gives inner standing, which then must be verified through experience. Because intuition is a transmission mechanism, and even though the transmission is accurate, our interpretation or translation of that transmission may be subject to these tinctured and tarnishing aspects of the emotions, passions, and desires of the flesh. So intuition must be verified through experience. And over time, intuition can be developed to get more complex transmissions known as scientific insight and religious revelation or wisdom. So it has to be slowly developed, one step at a time. You may get deeper and deeper and deeper intuitions into something until, it adds up to a scientific insight or a religious revelation through continued study, continued verification, and continued deepening into the subject matter that you're searching for. Revelation comes in jolts or packages or pulses of energy. When deeply tuned into wisdom, we can resolve problems even before they arise, making it look easy. Grace. Okay, so that is the short version on wisdom and revelation, revelatory insight, stage number 115. on the of the 144 fractal faculties. And if you'd like me to send you a free copy of the list of 144 fractal faculties or stages of life, just click the link below in the description and I'll send it out to you. You can also, while you're there, you can press the thumbs up button for the like, and you can subscribe to the channel and make a comment. And also stay tuned for future videos on Tree of Life and many other subjects on this channel. All right, have a beautiful day.